Hi, I'm Debra Meiburg and I'm with Jean-Guillaume Prats from one of the most respected properties in the Médoc, Cos d'Estornel. But first of all, Jean-Guillaume, there's a lot of confusion about how to pronounce Cos d'Estornel, Cos d'Estornel, Cos. Straight from the mouth, what is it?
It really depends if you are from the north or the south of France, the crossing river being the Loire River. If you are from the south, you pronounce all the letters, so it becomes Cos. If you are from the north, in Paris, it's Co. It doesn't really matter which way you pronounce it, as long as you pronounce it as much as possible.
I thought you were going to say as long as you drink the wine.
Absolument, absolument.
Which is no hardship.
Absolument. Estornel is the name of the gentleman who found the estates in 1790. But there's actually a hill, there are 3 hills, one after the other, Mouton, Lafitte and Cos. And then the second part of the name was given by the founder or the family who owns it. So it became the Hill of Rothschild, Mouton of Rothschild, Lafitte Rothschild and Cos of Estornel after the name of the gentleman who created the estates.
And the gentleman who created this estate had eccentric tastes.
He was in the 1800s, very much advanced of his time. In those years, the wines of Bordeaux were sold through the border trade, mainly in the UK, in Scandinavia, in the Austrian-Hungarian Empire, and in Germany. Instead of selling his wine through the normal trade, he established commercial link with British trading company in India and some of the royal family in Rajasthan, the Mahaj of Jaipur and Udaipur. And he used that to create this oriental aspiration chateau. So Cos d'Estornel is called the Taj Mahal of Bordeaux.
Could you explain a little bit about the style of Saint-Estèphe and then perhaps how Cos differs from the typical style of Saint-Estèphe?
Out of the 4 main villages in the Médoc, starting from the south, Margaux, Saint-Julien, Pauillac and Saint-Estèphe, Cos is right at the border between Pauillac and Saint-Estèphe. Our immediate neighbor is Château Lafitte. We are just a few meters above. Lafitte produces wine which have a very Havana cigar nose. Cos is very spicy, very curry, very masculine, very powerful.
And more plummy.
More plummy, more voluptuous to a certain extent. That's due to the Merlot and that's due to the soil. We have much more clay than Lafitte or Mouton have. In
the Médoc, there's a second label system. So aside from the class growth system, there are wines produced from top regarded properties that are sold as the second label. You have Les Pagodes. So could you describe Les Pagodes to us?
Well, Les Pagodes is a reference to the oriental pagodas of Cos d'Estornel, these Chinese pagodas. The second label in the Médoc is a wine which is not aimed to be aged for a long time. It hasn't got the richness, the density, the aging potential, the tannin structure of what we call the Grand Vin of Cos or Lafitte. And it's produced in the same cellar by the same team with young vines.
So for those of us who are impatient, we can just drink it now?
Maybe 2 or 3 years after bottling, yes. Not in 15 years, certainly not.
Now you grew up in the region, on the property, but you're a great tennis player. How did that come about?
I'm not a tennis player. I'm a real tennis player. Well, there's a long tradition of real tennis in Bordeaux. It's a very old game. Many people play it. My father was playing it, and I enjoyed the game. And it's like a chess game. You need to have maturity. You can use the walls, and probably it's the same than producing a great wine. So great wine is a blend of different varietals, different soil, different root stocks, different expression depending on the weather. Real tennis is the same. You have to play with a little bit of everything.
Well, I wish you every luck.
Thank you very much. It's very kind.